Hi guys, I'm here with
Miss Heckler.
and knowing that today is our UIL contest, how do you think we'll do today?
I think if we can keep the focus and remember what we worked on, then we're gonna do great.
I think we're gonna do the thing and we're gonna do great. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna do great.
You heard it. Guys, so we just got on the bus right now and we're on our way to UIL. And how do you think we're gonna do today? Hopefully we do good. Let's see, I'll tell you how it goes. Okay guys, so we're on our way and I'm gonna catch some people off guard to see how we've been doing this year. Hey Steven, how do you think we've been doing so far?
I think we're gonna do good and hopefully we get a 1, you know?
I like that. Aiden, how do you think the band has been doing so far this year?
I think it's been doing pretty good.
Are you confident in our performance today?
Yeah.
Donovan, how about you? Are you confident in our performance today? And how do you think the band has been doing so far? Thanks. I'm here with Mr. Joey Segura. And Joey, how do you think the band has been doing so far this year?
Good.
And are you confident in our performance today?
Good.
Okay. I'm here with Mr. Leo. How do you think the band has been doing so far?
Hey, now we've been doing pretty good though.
Are you confident in our performance today?
Oh yeah. Here we go, area. Area's coming.
I like that. Okay, so now we just got to Teloso midway to the practice field, and some kids are starting to get ready. And I'm gonna try to take a few clips of our practice. And hey guys, we just finished performing, and we got a Division 1. This is Krista. How do you prepare for area?
I sleep all the way on the bus, and then I sleep when I get over there, and then I wake up, I got a lot of energy, and I push through.
Chris, how do you prepare for area?
How do I prepare for area?
Yeah.
Sleep all the way over there. And then make sure I eat as soon as I get to the hotel and as soon as we're about to perform.
How do you prepare for area?
I don't know.
Okay. How do you prepare for area?
You don't. Just don't.
How do you prepare for area, Cody?
Eat a lot of snacks. Just candy in general.
Hi, Phoebe. How do you prepare for area?
I'm actually really excited. We're chilling.
How do you prepare?
We don't.
How do you prepare for area? How do you prepare for area?
How do I prepare? I packed a lot of blankets.
How do you prepare for area? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we prepare for area.
Hi, I'm Matthew with PHS News, and this is the after of prelims at our Area E competition. We are in the hotel room. We have me, Ryan and Jason. Ryan getting camera. We have Julian Perez. We have Philip Rivera. That's his last name. I know people. And Kyle Anizan.
This would be year number 11 in Pearsall. I think the students we have are some of the best ones in the school, some of the best that the school has to offer. And I think we are lucky in that sense to have them in the band program. Classes of, I went to a lot of methods classes. We learned how to play all the instruments. We learned the basics of how to produce a characteristic sound on all the instruments. Every single one, oboe, bassoon, all the woodwind instruments, all the percussion. We learned all that. So there's a bunch of classes for that. Classes for theory to learn how to analyze music and how to listen for things, ear training. There's classes on how to train your ear and how to listen for those theory classes. There's a lot of marching band, a lot of marching band, concert band, other ensembles like trumpet, brass choir, jazz band 1, jazz band 2, jazz band 3. A lot of classes. Then you have the education classes that aren't even a part of the music part anymore. It's how to learn how to be a teacher, which was like another 2 to 3 years aside from the music component. So there's a lot of classes. For the future, obviously I want to grow the band program. I want to have more kids in it because that has become a priority these past 3 years since COVID. It's slashed our numbers in half, and now we're barely bouncing back with numbers for our beginner band classes. They're getting more consistent as far as size goes, so that's a plus. That's a step in the right direction. So what I want for the band in the future is to continue to prosper, to get bigger, and have some good players. We're still we have the same standards that we have before. We've had it since I've gotten here. I've learned the standards as far as where should it be by a certain time of year. We're trying to keep everything as familiar as possible. Trying to grow the band program, try to make it as much fun as possible, but also maintain that like I said, that standard that we've had in the past, and just build off of that. So our beginner band can continue to be as strong as it is, and to grow more. Something different that we've done is this past marching contest. We went to the movie theater and we went bowling and did some fun activities throughout that day. While we were there at the movie theater, we saw a movie, obviously. So there's trying to change a little bit of the previous dynamic where just trying to be a little bit more lenient, but at the same time, trying to have more fun in general. Not more lenient, just try to have more fun in general. Just because the kids are different these days. You want to have a positive environment as much as possible, and letting the kids be themselves. Obviously, that's a big one for me. But other than that, it's just. What I'm trying to do for the band for the high school band is just trying to keep everything as fun as possible, while also still maintaining a high standard for them. Trying to instill a better work ethic that's been presented to us by the kids in the past. So just working our work ethic. I am actually. We are the smallest we've ever been in the history of Pearsall. We have 42 band members. That's the record low as far as I'm concerned. That's the smallest it's ever been since I've been here. Probably the smallest it's ever been, period. But the players we have are still very competitive. I think the progress we've made this year has been really great, all things considered, throughout the school year. And just being the size that we are, I think we're still competitive. We're still a very strong band program. And it's just going back to how standards we've implemented in the past. So very happy with how our show has been progressing. This is, my first official, teaching gig is Pearsall. I've taught previously, before I moved here, like a private lesson teacher when I lived in Kingsville. I did that for 3 years. Before I graduated and after I graduated, I worked with some students from the HM King in Kingsville at high school. I did private lessons for them, so I worked there. I did some other marching tech work for Robstown before I moved here to help with the marching drill, teach marching drill. But my first official teaching job has been Pearsall. It's been Pearsall ever since. Anytime there's a change in director, there's always that struggle of another director coming in. That's completely different, or not completely different. It's different in general from the previous director. So we've encountered that major bump in the road. The band being so small, kids leaving our band program because other kids have quit. So those are struggles we've encountered. We just have to. All we can do here is just keep going forward. Like I've told you guys, it's things are like that are going to happen. Doesn't matter where you go. Other schools in the area have encountered that. A director retiring or a director leaving, someone new steps in, the band drops in numbers, but eventually it grows back. And I'm hoping that we'll have the same kind of result down the road. I hope some kids will come back, reconsider, and will come back and make the band program stronger, because all the kids that have left in the previous weeks are all great kids. They all have contributed tremendously in the past, and it would be great to have them back. But those are the major ones that we've had, and we just have to deal with how small we are. But again, we're still very competitive, even though we're 42 band members. But we also have 11, 12 guard members that are also part of the band. But as far as instrument players, our band program is 42. What bands are playing in high school?
In schools.
In schools? Well, I'm from Crystal City, so we're Hallelujah Marching Band. Graduated from there, and then I went to A&M Kingsville, Texas A&M Kingsville, and then they're also called the Hallelujahs. So I was part of their Hallelujah Marching Band. And while I was there, I also did the concert bands. I also did jazz band. I did all 3 jazz bands they had at the time. I played lead trumpet in all 3 jazz bands. Started off in jazz band 3, then worked my way up to jazz band 2, and then took over jazz band 1 for lead trumpet. As far as the ensembles go, we also did trumpet choir, as any college would do. There's the trumpet studio that all the trumpet players in college there, we would play ensembles and hold recitals to do that, and as well as other ones, including some other fraternity organizations. We would have our groups, we would play and have recitals as well. So there were several other groups that I did aside from school that were paying gigs. So there was at least 2 to 3 other bands that I played with aside from school. It's been a learning experience. It's been fun. I like it. I really like it. I've learned to. There's a lot of things I've had to learn. But other than that, it's been really enlightening to step into the role and to see what else happens behind the scenes. Not just the teaching part, but the administrative part. So it's been fun. It's been fun to learn something new.
This will be my 5th year. I think we have a lot of really good kids. I think we're really lucky. We might be small, but I think every single kid in here has great qualities and good motivation, and we're really lucky to have them. Well, so for growth, first of all, I want us to be bigger like we used to be, and I want us to continue thriving and going in the right direction. And of course, I just want the kids to have a lot of fun while we're doing it. Well, for the beginners right now, we are just learning our first few notes. We've learned how to put our instrument together and how to make a good sound on just the mouthpiece and the mini instrument, I call it. And now we're starting to put it all together and learn our first couple of notes and to play from the book. High school band is marching band, marching band, marching band. So games, contests, and making sure you all stay in line and you're on the right foot and all the things. It's a lot of fun. Progress made from the show. Yes, I think that we're making really good progress. We're always going to push to get even better, as close to perfection as possible. So, but I think that we're heading in the right direction. Other locations I've taught at? I've only had one other job in Bandera. So I was the head choir director there, and I also helped teach band and color guard. Struggle, again with the numbers, losing kids who, we unfortunately didn't want to lose. Again, even some of the kids that we lost, all the kids that we lost were good kids, and so that hurts, and it hurts the program. It's sad to see them go. So I think that's the biggest struggle right now, and that's what we're going to be focusing on going forward. What band did I play for? I was in the top band. So I played bass clarinet in our wind ensemble. We had 3 bands at my high school. So, and we had an A block and a B block for our marching band, and I was always in the A block, the competition one. That's how big we were. I graduated in 2009. I think that they're really pushing forward. They're able to adapt quickly. I just asked a few of them we have a woodwind feature, and I asked a couple of them to play it up an octave, and it took maybe a day, and then they just did it. And so that's just the quality that we have. We have the kids that can execute.